All right, awesome. Here's an additional bonus for you guys to check out while you're working through the Triple Your Listings course. Again, this is a 4-week online accelerator program for serious real estate agents. And again, I want you to have tools to implement the things that I train you on. Here's another one. I will walk you through this in the video, but you'll also have the actual spreadsheet available to you so you can do your own calculations. Here we're going to talk about what I call my GPS system, my goal planning system. The acronym actually breaks down two different ways. For one, it's a goal planning system, but it's also goals, plans, schedules. I think the biggest problem that I've seen with people when they create their goals is number one, a goal without a deadline is just a wish. So I set up the goal planning system so that really when you see this tab here that says 12-month GPS and your 12-week GPS, what I really think should happen here is that you put those up in some type of agenda board. And you'll see that's actually what I call it, my vision agenda board timeline. So with that being said, I want you to think about, putting things in here that are, milestones, benchmarks that will force you to kind of make that work for you. And I think what you'll notice is if you put that up on an agenda board, like create a whiteboard, actually draw out the vision agenda board for yourself, you will notice that those things actually start to happen in your subconscious. But the first thing you got to do is determine your income goals. Now, everyone always tells me they want to be a six-figure agent, but I don't really think that's what everyone wants to be. So obviously, when they're talking to me, they're going to tell me one thing, but in private, put your real goals here. If you just want to sell one or two homes a year, then find out what the average price of homes is in your area. Put that number in here, and that's what you want to do. And it's going to tell you realistically what to happen in order for you to reach your goal. Now, I will tell you a quick little story that will kind of help you understand why most people never achieve their goals. Most people feel like when they're given a goal, let's say that your goal is to be a six-figure agent, you want to hit that six-figure number of 100,000. Well, most people hit 50,000 if they're really serious about their goals, and then they never reach 100 because they think that 50 is the peak of the mountain. They go up to the peak of the mountain and they feel like, well, now that I've done the first half of the work, it should be easy peasy going down the other side of this mountain. So they feel like they can coast, and the rest will just kind of happen. But what's really going on is you've only gone up halfway on that mountain. You've actually reached the halfway point. And as you know, anytime you're climbing a mountain, as you go higher, the oxygen gets thinner. So that means you're going to actually require more effort, more energy, more work to actually get to the other half of that mountain or to climb the other half of that mountain. That's exactly how your goals are. If you think that doing the same amount of work to get you to 50,000 is going to get you to 100, you're absolutely wrong. It's not going to work that way. It's going to take twice the effort to get that final half of the mountain climbed for you to reach the other half of your goals. And that's why so many people never reach them because they want to coast going down the other side when they haven't really reached the pinnacle yet. Reach your goal, consider that the pinnacle, and then you can coast on the other end because you're reaping the benefits of the actual goal you achieved. What I found is you can actually trick yourself. If you take this exercise seriously and you push yourself 100%, what you can do is knowing human nature is to coast down the other side of that mountain. What if instead of telling yourself that it's 100,000, you know that's your actual goal, but actually plan on making 200,000? So I tell you, if you're going to be $100,000 agent or a six-figure agent here, instead of looking at $100,000 as your annual income, put in 200. That's why you'll see that I started with the numbers here of 200,000. You figure 50% listings. If you do that, for every listing you have, you're going to have one buyer. So that kind of gives you a breakdown of what actually needs to happen. So it says annual number of units closed. So about 48 units is what it's going to take, or 48 sales on average for the average price in San Antonio for you to actually hit your goal. In that case, you will have sold 4.7 million, or almost actually over $10 million in real estate in order to be a $200,000 agent. And that's really what you're thinking about. So what does that mean in combined volume? It's 9,500, or correction, 9,523,810, and you sold a total of 48 units. So if you focus on selling 50 units a year, that's your goal, and you actually are disappointed when you don't reach it, that's the number you want to shoot for. Now, what does that actually look for or look like when you break it down into what you can control on a daily basis? Well, in order for you to hit your goal of 200,000, which is 48 units sold in a year, you're going to have what looks like 190 appointments a year, 16 appointments a month, 4 appointments a week. And that's assuming you take off 2 or 3 weeks during the year. So for 50 weeks out of the year, you're going to set 4 appointments. And that's where this number comes from. Out of that, you have to make a couple of assumptions. So this says plan, but I actually think it's more like what assumptions that need to happen in order for you to get there. It's not really your plan, but it helps you focus on what the plan should be. So when you get to the goal planning system for 12 months, it will make it crystal clear what you're going to do. And I filled in some of the blanks for you so you don't have to think so much about it. But its appointments are 4 per week. That means you have to contact 4,762 people. You might as well think of contacts as actual leads. And then I have a software that allows you, after you look at this number of leads, how many of them are going to be converted to actual contacts. So based on this system, 4,762 contacts per year equates to 397 per month, 99 per week, and that ends up being 20 per day. Now, how in the world are you going to contact 20 people a day? So you can set 1 appointment, or correction, 4 appointments in a week. Well, that depends on all the different campaigns that you have running. We talked about that in a previous video, but look at all the different ways you can make contact with people. Mailings to your sphere of influence, cold calls, door knocking, mailings to FISBOs, mailings to expireds, mailings to your farm, website lead e-marketing, newsletters, organizations, referrals, open houses, advertising in newspapers, past client database, advertising other post lists, Craigslist, agent referral. All those are possibilities if you've been reaching out to them. And then you just have to fill in the blanks here to get the numbers that you want. Again, like I said, if you paid attention to what I was saying, 7 to 12 touches, if you paid attention to my nurturing campaigns and the way you do this automatically, a lot of this stuff can actually be done today by just getting a database, creating a CSV file, plugging it into the system that I told you about for autoresponders, and then let the people call you. So now those 4,762 contacts don't seem like such a big deal. If we can get 1,962 people to contact us, or at least give us their name, phone, or emails in a database in 2 months, you can see that 5,000 is not unreasonable. In the end of a year, we should have over 6,000 people that have reached out to us. And that's on the low side, considering we have had months where as many as 1,000 leads were given, or people were reaching out to us. So if you look at it from that standpoint, this spreadsheet actually gives you a great idea of what you need to do when it comes to your plan per month. So in order for you to do that, you want to have 4 appointments per week will equal 1 sale. So in order to get 4 appointments per week to equal 1 sale, that means you're going to have 4 sales for every month. And that becomes your goal. You narrow it down to 4 appointments equal 1 sale. How many appointments per week do you need? 4. So if you get 4 appointments every single week, you'll get 1 sale every single week. There's your 50. You need 1 sale a week. You take 2 weeks off, and you got 48 to 50 sales every year by simply following this simple math. From there, then we're looking at filling in your 12-month GPS, your 12-month goal planning system, goal, plan, and schedule. Well, we just talked about your goals, your income goals. We just talked about the plan. That's what you need. So you got your G, you got your P, and now the S is to set up the schedule. So the 12-month schedule is really what we're going to put here. What are we going to do? We want to make it kind of a simple goal that works its way up. So over the next 12 months, what we need to do is start with 1 listing. We get 1 listing January 1st. And let's say that this is for December 31st, 2019 is our final goal, our final objective. We want to have a total of 12 deals a month by December 31st, 2019. So the first month, we're going to shoot for one listing, one deal. Two listings, two deals. Three listings, three deals. Four listings, four deals. By the end of that year, we have 12 deals in 1 month. You add these all up, it's 12 and 11 is 23, 33, 42, 50, 57, 63, 68, 72, and 6 is 82 deals. So we have a total of 82 deals at the end of this month just from looking at this. And that's not bad. If we got that many deals, we'd easily break our 50. Nothing wrong with setting a goal that increases incrementally every single month, just one each month. Now, at some point when you start seeing 12 listings, probably 10 or 12 listings, you're going to need a team. But that's a good problem to have. And this is exactly the kind of a goal that you want to set, something that's actually achievable and something you can actually try to do, month by month. So then you say, well, what does that require week by week? Like I said, the biggest things I've noticed with people that write goals is they actually don't have a schedule. They have the plan, they don't have the schedule. Now, what you'll notice as I have the title here, the Vision Agenda Board Timeline, you'll notice that everybody has vision boards. They like to cut out pictures and put stuff up there. But what I found, and I've said it over and over again, that a goal without a deadline is just a wish. So what I like to say with the Vision Agenda Board is it's not all that, it's not as pretty, doesn't have all the nice graphics and stuff that you cut out of magazines for your dream homes and all that. And it's true, that stuff can be manifested by thinking about it on a regular basis, and somehow your mind subconsciously makes it happen. Unfortunately, there's no when. So if you don't know when that's going to happen, it just kind of is out there. And when it does finally happen, you feel like you manifested it. Why not be a little bit more deliberate in your approach? So instead of coming up with nice, fancy pictures, I just decided to come up with an actual vision agenda board timeline. So you just make this into a big whiteboard and you put it up somewhere you can see it on a regular basis, and you'll be shocked. Like I said, one of my top students, literally after 3 months, he looked up and he was closing 3 deals. And it was a different strategy, but he was closing 3 deals in the third month. By the fourth month, 4 deals. He had two $10,000 to $15,000 months in a row, and on his way to doing that every single month. He wanted to be a six-figure agent, and just as I told him, you'll know you're a six-figure agent the first month that you hit $10,000. And if you hit $10,000 in gross commission, then or actually net commission, if you know that you hit that $10,000 mark, then you're around $120,000 a year. But whatever you did for that 1 month, all you got to do is do it for the remaining months, and you're easily going to break 6 figures. Now, the way you do that is by tracking. That's why I talk about lead evolution pipeline math. You need to know your numbers every single month. Once you come up with the goal, you come up with the plan, you come up with the schedule, what are your numbers? And so that's why this is so crucial. But turn this into a whiteboard, maybe blow it up, take it to FedEx or Staples or somewhere, have them blow this up into something, not super large, but large enough for you to look at. Maybe, was it 24 by 36 as a poster, something like that. And then you can do the same thing for your weekly goals. This doesn't have to necessarily be the biggest one, or you could, make this the big one and the other one the small one. Make this an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper that you put out somewhere you see every single day. In order to get, one deal, you have to set 4 listing appointments, because you don't know out of the 4 listing appointments, again, you're going to get how many people to say yes. Typically, out of 4 listing appointments, you're going to get one person to become a client. My ratios are a little bit higher, but this is the average, and you want to work with this to get more and more deals. As you get better, of course, you're going to set more appointments. By the end of the year, your ratio will look a lot more like mine. 12 out of 15 of the people that you sign for homes, you're going to actually sell their house. You might get the appointment, get the listing, and you will sell that house and one in addition to that. So these numbers just start to go up, 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 and up. Now, the one other thing I like to show people, because I think a lot of times they don't keep up with it, is their daily schedule. So you have a monthly, you have a weekly, and then here is your daily schedule. The truth is, I just put a template out here so you can see as a realtor, this is what your day might look like, but you need to fill in the blanks. I show people 6:45 wake up time, and then starting your day by 8, you get washed up and start setting appointments. When your phone is ringing, you're getting leads coming in, you should be answering that phone using the script that you found in this system and start setting those appointments. At some point, you might want to take a lunch. It's going to be probably close to 30 minutes unless you go to some function. But this is how your schedule will pretty much look for your first 6 months of this business if you're planning to meet your goals. Because you're going to be going on appointments from 12:30 all the way to probably 5:30 at night. Then you'll travel home, have your dinner, and then you're going to follow up with those leads via email or phone, text, or whatever it is. And then you're going to end up writing contracts between 8 and 10 o'clock at night. That's just how it is. And if you set up your schedule to look this way, then you can actually make this happen. Now, on Saturdays, you may decide to do some open house prep because you got an open house on Sunday. And I'm just writing this in because, worst case scenario, this is what's going to happen for that week. Otherwise, you may take a break. But I'm sure you can see the power of having a tool like this. All this is going to be available to you. I'm going to leave this exact spreadsheet in the area where you can download it. So you can download this actual tool and you can fill in your own blanks to play around with it and come up with your goal. And then the bottom line is, like I said before, you have to track everything. I'd use the lead evolution math to track my numbers, but you want to know where they're coming from. Here are some of the sources. You might want the property sold, what the sales price was, what your commission is, and that way it'll give you a total of what that looks like. And then you want to look at some of the sources. When it says source here, I like to think campaign. These are the marketing campaigns you came up with to help you create the business that you have today. And if you're coming up with the numbers, when you put the source here, it'll actually count it over here and it'll give you an average and tell you which one of these sources is doing the best for you. So you can kind of focus on that. And then you look at your lead evolution math, the other formula and the other bonus that I gave you. And you can kind of see from there how to shape your business so that you're becoming a six-figure agent and tripling your listings. Again, I hope all this helps for you, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.